Hey guys, welcome to Otaku Saga. I'm Rizzo.
I'm Zero.
And I'm DK. On this episode of Anime Reaction, we watched the first episode of Shuumatsu no Izetta.
If you want to check out our reaction to the first episode of Shuumatsu no Izetta, hit that link in the description below.
And be sure to give us feedback in the comment section because we love hearing from you.
And as always, if you like what you see, subscribe to Otaku Saga. And don't forget to like and share our videos. And thanks for watching.
So, I just want to lead off with Shuumatsu no Izetta has phenomenal animation.
Top shelf all the way through.
Some of the best animation this year.
Like, this could easily fit into a... crap!
Like, if you told me that this was the animation for a movie, I wouldn't be surprised.
If you told me that Miyazaki did this, I wouldn't doubt you for a second.
It's not quite that good.
It's not quite his style either, but it's up there. It is up there.
It's
very high quality for a television anime, for sure.
Yeah. It's very good.
And then there's the story itself. I mean, I said it in the reaction that this story is classy. Adult-oriented, doesn't mince around. Doesn't skate around any of the themes of war and whatnot that it touches up on also.
Yeah.
Off to a rip-roaring start on the story.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as far as the story goes, we get introduced. First of all, we see Fine running through a forest with a corgi.
Yay, corgis!
And she, I guess, gets a little glimpse of magic or something, follows it, and finds Izetta. She's sitting on basically a tree log,
kind of
floating over a lake. And then Fine wakes up. Turns out it was a dream.
And yeah, well, the fact that Izetta is established.
Yeah.
But yeah, it totally is.
It totally is. Izetta. But she wakes up on a train and she's accompanied by two bodyguards. They see totally not Nazis interrogating people looking for her, looking for the princess of Ilstad. I'm sure I'm going to mispronounce that all the way through.
Yeah.
Istad.
Eyesore.
Yeah. So naturally they try to, when the Nazis, totally not Nazis, are looking down, they're distracted by asking people questions, try to just get up and slide out of the compartment. Of course, that doesn't really work.
What's the first thing that they do? Guns draw!
Yeah. But so we get a little bit of a chase through the train, and we go to they go to the first class compartments. And I really like what Tobias does there, where he just starts opening up first class compartments as he's walking.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Really smart.
That was smart, yeah.
All the compartments. So they move their way down to the next compartment, and the totally not Nazis end up running into a guy who's opening the door. I don't think they said their names.
No, but they're totally part of the totally not SS.
Yeah.
I feel
I think that they did give a name, but they mentioned it once. And sorry, guys, it just.
Unfortunately, I see a bunch of characters listed, and they're not really popping out to me.
Yeah.
Belkman is one. Special Major, they say, is the main antagonist of the story, but that's it.
Let's see. Yeah, so it would be Belkman and Rickert, I believe.
Ah, Rickert.
Yeah, Rickert. Rickert. Yeah, that is an R.
Rickert.
Yeah, Rickert. So we have Belkman and Rickert, who are traveling plainclothes. And basically they're like, you guys, I appreciate your enthusiasm, gentlemen, but you really shouldn't be raising a fuss on a train of a neutral country.
Duh.
Dumbasses.
That's why we're the spies and you're not.
Yeah. Anyway, so the soldiers end up chasing them, and the Fine and her two guards, Hellman and Tobias, escape to the top of the train. And they run along the train for a while until the Totally Not Nazis start shooting at them. At which point, the princess almost falls off the train, only barely caught by Hellman. And then she kicks out the
vent or something.
Yeah, the vent for the cargo compartment. Yeah. And so she swings into there, and her two bodyguards accompany her. And
quite thinking, by the way. That was actually really good thinking.
And also, how did those big guys fit through that hole?
It wasn't that small.
It's not necessarily the fact that, because I said this during the reaction, I don't quite believe that the guys could get down in there. It was more the fact of if the door's here, or if the window's here, right? And my arm is hanging off the edge, to somebody else's arm who is hanging off the edge about that far.
Right.
That's a good long reach. And I have a very hard time believing that the guards were able to shimmy their way down.
Yeah, I just don't think that they would be able to swing down quite so easily.
Yeah.
But in there, Fine finds this, they call it a coffin, but it's like a deep sleep.
Yeah, like cryostasis capsule.
Yeah. But when she goes to open it, that's when, what's his name? Belkman shows up and stops her, basically going, hey, that's top secret. You don't want to open that.
If it's top secret, why wasn't it locked?
Right. Yeah, it totally shows that the clasps have locks on them, but they weren't locked.
She totally just broke him.
Yeah, I wonder what this is.
100 lockpicking. I'll just leave it at that. Go got skills.
Anyway, so Tobias tries to swing out and shoot Belkman. Belkman
totally saw that coming.
Belkman just...
I'm just looking over here.
Boom.
Boom.
No, he wasn't looking over there. He was looking that direction.
Oh.
It's just, Tobias was hiding behind boxes, and I guess he just knew that he was there. Maybe he saw like an arm or something. But so the train ends up going into a tunnel. Of course, the compartment fills with smoke. It's an old, steam engine.
Yeah.
Old steam engine, and there's no the cargo thing is actually completely open.
Yeah. It's meant for cargo.
Yeah.
Well, doubly so since the vent was kicked in.
But the princess knew that right after the tunnel would be a bridge. So her and Hellman grab Tobias, open up the door, and then right after the train exits the tunnel, and the Totally Not Nazis
have to jump.
And the Totally Not Nazis are blinded so that they can't shoot. Pretty much they jumped into the river. Unfortunately for Tobias, that kind of did a number on him.
That kind of did him in.
Yeah, I mean, he was already shot in the chest. So it was kind of long odds for him anyway, but he succumbs to his wounds.
Going back to the animation, being able to make a person look like they're dying.
Yeah. It was really well done.
My God.
You could tell that he was on his last legs when it showed him.
There are some times where a dying person is drawn in, and it just doesn't look right at all.
Yeah, they don't have the deathly pallor.
They just look normal.
Yeah.
But then flash forward to the princess and Hellman in a hotel room. Princess is taking a shower. Of course, they jumped in the river. She needs to freshen up.
Yay, fan service.
In that fan service shot, we see a rather large scar on her right side. I assume it keeps going back to them saying, she's just as much of a tomboy as they say. I assume that has something to do with it.
Yeah.
Her being more of an active girl.
Well,
actually, we'll get to it
something.
later, but they did show where she got that scar.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where?
Okay.
It
Alright,
was-
when Izetta awakens,
Yeah.
they have a flashback to her
Oh,
holding
right.
her side had a wound.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I actually didn't make that connection. But anyway, so she ends up getting freshened up and goes to a opera where she's meeting an official from
Totally not Great Britain.
Yeah, totally not Great Britain. Meanwhile, it does show Bilkman and Rickert getting off the train and traveling, I guess,
With
the
Iron Lung.
coffin.
The saiyan capsule.
Yeah, and basically, so Fine agrees to marry the prince of totally not Great Britain.
Oh, and while on the car ride, they were mentioning why they were bringing the capsule around, and it's because apparently there's a legend about her destroying an entire company. But having that power under their control would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Or at least not under anybody else's control.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically Fine agrees to marry the prince of totally not Great Britain. Unfortunately, just a little bit too little, too late, because her country's front lines end up getting toasted.
Wiped off the map.
Yeah, and we have a nice battle shot set to opera.
A beautiful musical
Very classy.
interlude.
Very classy.
Yeah.
And then the totally not Nazis kill Hellman, poor guy, and then they bust into the private booth and arrest Fine. And then next shot we get, they're on a plane heading back to New Berlin.
So what happened to the old one?
Yeah, and they just so happen to be on the plane with the coffin, of course.
They have a large catch.
Yep. But over the course of the plane ride, as the officer is making threats to her,
He's basically monologuing.
yeah, you see little bits of the magic in the air
you saw
starting
from the
to
opening scene.
form, and you just know what's going to happen.
Nothing good for the not Nazis.
Yeah.
So, I actually had a question here. So the coffin thing was there, right?
Right.
What happened to the two guys that were supposed to be watching it?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like, why weren't they there with it? You'd think that they'd travel with it the entire way. Hopefully that'll be brought up in, like, the next episode or something. But obviously they didn't want to kill them off.
That's like you don't want to kill off your main antagonist in the first episode.
Right.
But, so the plane ends up losing altitude rapidly, let's say.
It gets rainbowed. Oh, no. Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
It begins up.
Basically drops out of the sky, so everybody's weightless in the cabin. Think the vomit comet.
Vomit comet.
And Fine ends up like jumping off one wall, headbutting the officer in the gut, and then they slam back to like the plane.
Plane levels
out. They slam back to the floor. She grabs the gun, but the safety's on, and she can't disable it. She ends up, she ends up getting the gun pointed towards her, or their guns pointed towards her, and then Izetta wakes up.
Well, also she did get shot.
Oh yeah, she got the gun shot out of her hand by getting shot in the arm.
And she just starts to deliver a bit of a badass speech.
But yeah, then Izetta wakes up.
We get this really nice shot of Izetta kind of waking up. She's like, what's going on? And you hear Fine's muffled voice through the coffin. And then...
Well, she gets flashbacks of what had happened before.
Yeah, she starts to recognize that the voice is Fine's.
Yeah.
And,
and then all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, Izetta sees that
Well-
she recognizes Fine and sees that she's wounded.
The plane breaks loose.
A witch breaks loose.
A witch breaks loose.
And then the plane breaks loose.
Boom!
Yeah, basically she blows the lid off the coffin, and it doesn't just blow off, it blows out of the plane. Like through the chassis of the plane, and then she uses her magical rainbow powers to blow the plane apart.
This nice rainbow, and then boom!
No more Nazis.
No more Chinese laundry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so Fine and Izetta are falling through the air, and Izetta grabs basically the one piece of wood that she can, which is totally awesome. I'm totally hoping that they use it really well in this series.
It's in the main promo art. She has to.
She grabs what is basically an anti-tank rifle, which is like a
Massive.
fucking huge rifle, because its stock is made of wood, and I assume that she has to use the natural elements, the wood, in order to use it to fly, like a witch would a broomstick, or in the case of what we saw earlier in the episode, her using just a plain log. But she uses that as her new broomstick and saves Fine from death by falling.
Broomstick, more like boomstick. Hey!
But yeah, that's the end of the episode right there.
A goddamn.
Yeah, this is our third series that we're watching today, which is our first day of the fall 2016 season, and so far, I mean, they just keep getting better.
All the series we've seen so far are
all the
solid.
ones that we've seen so far are solid, like super solid.
Great.
And they just seem to keep getting better. I have a feeling that as long as this one doesn't go like weird or anything, this is probably going to be one of my favorites.
Is already shaping up to be one of my favorites this season.
Huh. I think I might have found what gun that was.
Ho-ho.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least it looks like a Wiz 35 anti-tank rifle.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty similar. Most of the anti-tank rifles look pretty similar to one another.
Well, the Ruger pistols used, I mean, those looked authentic. Or no,
oh my god.
Not Luger.
Well,
Walthers.
Yeah, the anti-tank rifles are not plentiful. Mostly because, especially in World War II, they just didn't really work
They are
that well.
huge.
Yes, they are.
However, if you're using it against anti-personnel...
What
Length.
personnel?
Exactly.
69 inches.
Yeah.
22 pounds loaded.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, so yeah, really looking forward to this one. The voice acting is definitely top notch.
A lot of big names.
A lot of big names.
Natsuyama, Kanahawazawa, Natsuki Hanae.
Yeah.
All done big roles. Yeah.
So, looking forward to this one. Definitely 2 thumbs up for me.
If I could give more, I would.
Yeah.
Down boy.
That's let us know what you thought of anime, what you thought of our reaction in the comment section below.
Yep, thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down if you don't.
But that's going to do it for this episode of Anime Reaction. I'm DK.
I'm Zero.
And I'm Rizzo. See you next time.
And Fine is bae.
Fine is fine.
Woo!
Fine is fine.
Bye.